How's it going, everyone? My name's Spenny, and today we have an awesome unboxing sponsored by Myconid VPN and Myconid Shadow Legends. All the stuff came all the way from the United States to Canada, so we're going to be doing a huge unboxing courtesy of Myconid. You're the best, and let's take a look. So what we have today is a bunch of Skylanders that I didn't have already. I'm so happy about this. We have a few Disney Infinity figures, we have a ton of video games, and a ton of traps that look like Jolly Ranchers. This video is going to be a lot different from my past kind of unboxing videos because it's going to be crazy. We're going to be dissecting every single game which we got. It's going to be a long one, so I hope you guys want to stick around to see this. And you're going to get some insight on every single game we get, and all the figures, of course. We have some PS3 games, some Xbox games, some Nintendo games. We got everything. But first, let's get into the Skylanders, because I know you guys want to see this all first. As you probably know, I have a lot of Skylanders now, and it's hard to find ones that I don't already have. And Myconid totally hooked me up here. He sent me literally all the ones that I needed still for my collection, and there is a ton. So let's check them out. We have Cobra Kadabra. I know for a fact this one is extremely hard to find. All the Trap Team cores it's just stupid how hard they are to find. We have a Dark Spitfire, and that's special because I didn't even have a Spitfire. I don't even have a normal one. I just use the Instant Spitfire with the Trap Team Portal when I play Superchargers. We have a Mini T-Rex. Obviously that's not the name, but you get the point. We have a Donkey Kong. Super excited because now I can use one of the exclusive figures on my DS version of the game. We do have a Disney Infinity figure, and might as well show both of them at once. We also have Mike Wazowski. Mike! Pretty awesome, and I'm gonna have to start getting into Disney Infinity, not the collecting aspect of it, just playing the games over though. I only had the first one when I was growing up, so I gotta get all the rest, so I might be playing those soon. We have another mini. There's quite a few minis in this lot, I know that for a fact. Look what we have here. We have Rattleshake, but as you may know, I have the bottom half already, but not the top half, so now I can finally use him as he was meant to be used. So that is so awesome. We have a nice little vehicle that I didn't have already. I don't even have to say that. I had none of this already, so I'm just so stoked right now. Another Swapper. We have a Dark Stealth Elf, the Super Shot version. We have Fire Kraken. An awesome figure, but as I've been told, he's not the best, so we're gonna have to test out that theory. We got Big Bubble Pop Fizz or something like that. Very cool. Now I can supercharge the vehicle that I already have. We have Trailblazer, one of the coolest cores in Trap Team that I've been trying to get my hands on for a while now, and I finally have it. Yet another Swapper. I think I'm going to be very close to completing my Swap Force collection now after this lot, and that's going to be awesome. I already have my SSA and Giants collection complete, so it looks like Swap Force is going to be the next one that's going to be completed. We have, I believe this one is Terabyte. I'm not too familiar with the minis names, but I think that's it. A little record player item here. We have a different version of Hot Dog. This is the Swap Force version. We have something from Superchargers. I believe this is a level or a racing map. I don't know. I've never had any of these trophies before, so. And we do have Springtime Trigger Happy. I'm super excited about this one because it's one of my favorite looking variants. One of the coolest holiday variants I've ever seen. Now, I'm not quite sure why we got this, but we did get a bag full of Jolly Ranchers. Look at that, guys. You're gonna see me right now fill in my whole trap board, so let's check it out. Alright, these are all my traps that I have already. And the board is like half full, so now let's speed run, fill in this whole board. Alright, so if that looked like a lot of traps, it was. Look at this. We are missing one more normal trap. As you can probably tell, I don't care if they're duplicates. I just want one trap for each spot. And look at that. We're just missing one earth element, and then all the light and darks, but I don't think we'll ever get those. But look at this. This is insane. Mike, you are amazing. I'm so happy about this. And I don't know if I said this in a previous video or not. I have another board. It is a little messed up. I'm trying to see what I can do. I want to make a sturdy one that's not cardboard. I have some like wood and stuff laying around. I might see what I can do about that. I want to make a very sturdy, nice looking trap board, so I guess we'll save that for another video. Wow, you thought this video was done? Not even close. Not even close. Now we got all the video games, and as I said before, we're going to be going in depth for every single one of them. Here's our review pile. It's not too big. It's not that big. It's huge. So, let's check out every single one. First we have Over the Hedge for the Game Boy Advance. My hopes weren't too high in regards to this game, but I was pleasantly surprised. It has a great looking format with chapters and levels. I believe each chapter has 3 different levels in each of them, and there is quite a good story format to it. The plot is very similar to how the actual movie is, and you have to just collect little pieces of candy rather than different types of food. I'm just assuming because they didn't want to have to make all these different pixelated foods, so they just used candy, just as a generalization. I did have a lot of fun with this one, and I actually didn't want to put it down, but I had to because there's a lot more games to look over. But for real though, did this turtle find out what a vacuum cleaner was, or what? We have Planet of the Apes for the Game Boy Advance. This game tried way too hard to make itself a parkour-seeming game with all the weird jumping and grappling walls and climbing, but that doesn't mean it was a good game at all, because I did not have very much fun with it. It was just too tedious with the jumping and the climbing, and half the time you missed the ledge and you fell down, then you had to go back up, and then you fell down again, then you had to go back up again, and I just got sick of it. I couldn't even get past the first level. We have Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. This game wasn't even all that bad, to be honest, and it still holds up pretty well. The only problems with it is that, I don't know, I feel like the characters' pixels don't stand out enough from the ground. If I didn't tell you this was supposed to be like Jack Sparrow, you would have no idea what the hell you're looking at. And also, you can only take your sword out when an enemy is nearby, or in this case, like crabs, which is kind of annoying, and also the swinging of the sword is very clunky. But overall, it wasn't the worst game I've ever played, so I'd definitely play it again. Forgot to mention, he also included one of these little puzzle piece artwork things for the Skylanders. I do have a few already, so I'm gonna have to see how many fit together. We have Cartoon Network Battle Crashers. If I'm being completely honest, Mike totally warned me about this game and said it was horrible before I even got it. So I just wanted to pick it up just to see what it was all about, and look at all these Cartoon Network icons we have here, so it can't be that bad, can it? Oh no, I think it can. Just the tutorial alone put me in a bad mood just to start this game. It was very slow, and the characters didn't even really introduce themselves at all. It was just, you walk a little further to the right, because it's only a 2D game, so you walk left and right. You walk to the right, you meet a new person, and you don't even know, can I play as this person? Is this person just talking to me? Like, what's going on here? It doesn't do a good job at explaining itself. I didn't even get that far into the game just for this review, because I just wanted to get it out there right away. But off first impressions, I just want to continue playing it, but I know it's not going to be very good. I think considering that Adventure Time has its own game that was made for the Xbox that is not a 2D kind of beat 'em up game, they could have done so much more. And I'm kind of just disappointed, but I'm going to play it either way. We have Poi. Just from the gameplay that I've seen already, this game just seems like a Mario knockoff. Wait, did he just do the Mario thing? You're basically this dude who can jump like 10 stories high. Very unrealistic, but very satisfying at the same time. I just feel like it's going to be lacking story-wise, but The gameplay seems fun. Mike threw this one in as a little extra, codename Steam. I have not heard of it until now, so I'm very excited to see what it's all about. I put this game right in my DS, and what happened was nothing happened actually. It was kind of weird. So the game doesn't work. Looked on Reddit, and everyone else is saying that theirs aren't working either. But it's whatever. We got plenty more games to look at. We have Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell for the original Xbox. I love this case. Like, I know it's not the original case, but it is so sick. I love these retro used game kind of cases. This is not my ideal shooter game. This one is more of a stealthy one. I noticed just from the very start, it's very dark, gloomy, and you also have to shoot out lights in order to kind of distract enemies or get them to move out of the way just so you can get past them. At least in the first little bit of the game, there's not too much shooting. It's more of just like a little hide and seek game, which isn't too entertaining, so I hope it does get better. But overall, the graphics look amazing for an original Xbox game. We have Sniper Elite 3 for the Xbox One. Right from the very start, this gameplay just threw me away with how awesome the graphics and quality look. This is a shooter that I can see myself playing for sure, and you can see why in just a second here. Like, this is Mortal Kombat level effects, and it just looks so great in a shooter game. And you'd think that it would get annoying after a while, like every single headshot you get, it goes slow-mo, but it's just so satisfying, and it just keeps on getting more and more satisfying every single time it happens. Surprisingly, I haven't even played any of the other Sniper Elite games, and I know there is a 4 for sure, so I'm gonna have to check out those too. Now let's move this pile that we've made. We have Scribblenauts Showdown for the Xbox One. Now this game is definitely a party style game, and it would definitely be better playing it with someone else, actually with you, rather than playing against a computer, which is what I did to try this out. Like, it's just the game modes in general, they're not very appealing to a person if you're not actually being competitive, which is why I think I'm definitely gonna have to try this with another person, either in person or online multiplayer. We have We Happy Few for the Xbox One. Now this game is a game that you're going to want to play for story. So this is basically about a world or a country where communism and censorship are running rampant, and basically the government makes you take these pills which don't let you think for yourself and have your own opinions. I think this is very cool, and it's definitely like the book 1984 if you've ever read that before, and it's definitely worth checking out if you like a game with a good story. Tom Clancy's The Division 2. Now this game feels like a mix between World War Z as well as Watch Dogs. I find it weird yet cool how the HUD is on screen rather than just tucked away in the corner, and you can see your ammo, your grenades, and all of that all in one spot, really easy to access. Surprisingly, it doesn't get in the way, and I do enjoy it. This is stuff that you don't see at all in a first-person shooter game, and this game can really take advantage of. Disney Infinity 2.0. Super excited about this one because I never had this growing up. I'm interested to see if it's better than the first one. I don't have an Xbox One portal, so moving on. We have Resistance Fall of Man for the PS3. You can definitely see the downfall in quality as we move on to the PS3 games, but this shooter has a different style to it, and I like how it looks kind of zombie or alien-like. It's a nice little change from your traditional shooter games. Also, something about these rundown towns looks kind of perfect in the lower quality and resolution of the game. It adds to a somewhat more eerie feeling. We have Fracture. Fracture is an extremely unique game because you have a weapon that can literally raise and lower the terrain in front of you. If there's an entrance to like an underground tunnel, you can just make the terrain go down and you can just enter it. You basically make yourself a path anywhere you need to go. If there's something a little bit too high up to get to, you can raise the terrain, and then it basically makes a little staircase or hill all the way to where you need to go. Whoever thought of this awesome idea really needs a raise. Killzone 3, which does support move controls, which is awesome. I haven't played any PS3 games that support these controls. I've only used the VR for these controllers so far. This game has such good quality, you would think it was from a next-gen console, but it's just from a PS3, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me. The only thing I really don't like about this game so far is that the controls are very weird. Like the buttons for shooting, aiming down sights, throwing grenades, they're just buttons you would never associate with this type of stuff. It's just so weird, and especially on a PS3 controller that doesn't have the best form factor, it just feels awkward trying to do some stuff. I'll have to look into the settings to see if I can actually remap some of the buttons to make it a little bit easier for myself. We have Killzone 2. So we looked at Killzone 3 previously, this one is Killzone 2. They're pretty much the same game, this one is just lower quality graphics, just being that it's an older game. I assume the story is also somewhat similar, so not much else to say. We have Cars 2. Now you may be asking yourself, why are you time-lapsing this? And that's because we got this far, watched all this footage, and then it hit a loading screen and then black, nothing. So I'm gonna try and get this disc repaired, so sadly it's not working right now. Street Fighter 4 for the PS3, Greatest Hits Edition. If I'm being honest, I haven't played many Street Fighter games back in my day. I was more of a Tekken and Mortal Kombat guy, but after trying this out, I actually had a good time and it was very fun. So I'm going to be playing this a lot more, maybe in place of Tekken or Mortal Kombat. Metal Gear Solid 4. So I put this disc in thinking that it was just gonna be a normal shooter type game, maybe a stealthy game, and I was completely wrong. So the game starts out just watching TV, and you just switch through channels. I have no idea what the relevance was or importance, but it goes from that, and then we end up watching a TV commercial for Praying Mantis security system? Like, what? We just watched a dude get impaled and they're just advertising security? And then we get thrown right into a mission where we're just the only dude with a knife and everyone else has guns? Like, who is this man and who does he think he is? Okay, well I guess his name is Snake. And now we're fighting metal robots. So this game was nothing like I expected, but I guess it's in the title. Metal robots, solid. Nice. Little Big Planet 2 for the PS3 also supports Move controls. I'm very interested in this one because I love the new Little Big Planet games, so I'm interested to see if this one is anything like the newer ones. The biggest difference I can tell right off the bat is that this game is 2D when compared to the newest one that's for the PS5 is 3D. I haven't actually played any of these older ones. The first Little Big Planet that I have ever played was for the PS5, so this is all kind of new to me. But that being said, it doesn't look bad at all. For it being 2D, I mean, it's easier to make in a sense, but the graphics look good, it looks interesting, and it looks fun to play, so I'm really excited to play this. And we have Ni no Kuni. This is probably one of the most different games than what I'm used to playing, because it's very different and you'll see why. This game is animated, and as you guys may know, I don't normally play animated games. I only really play Pokemon, if these games can even be compared. The art style just really stands out to me, and I've been informed that these animators do make movies as well, so I'm gonna have to check those out. But I also found out that these games have been remastered for, I believe, the Switch and PS4, so I'm gonna have to check those out as well. I feel like this short little introduction to this video game doesn't really do it justice, so you just gotta take my word for it and try it out yourself. This is probably the biggest lot I've received in forever. I don't think I've ever got this much stuff at once. So that's gonna do it for this extremely long video. I hope you guys enjoyed it if you did stick to the end. And thanks everyone for watching, and thank you, Mikeanoid, most of all. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.